Hello there, 'tis I, earthmanbrick, and we're back with another orky build. And I'm just working on the middle of this thing. Bloody hell. It's pretty bloody big. This is a mega Deff dread, or mega dread for short. And this is quite the behemoth. It's a toybash, and we've used a lot of the parts from the junk bots set of toys. So all the various limb components and things, they're all just dotted about, and I've used them to make up parts of the main body here. Parts there. They're all just hither and through, and then I've used a lot of MDF here for making these rather large and sizable teeth. I've used the wheels, various sort of off-brand Lego ones. You can see the tires there. They make for excellent little shoulder pads and whatnot. Make sure nothing's out of place. I've used parts of like a pen. You can see that's the clip-on part of the pen. So if you wanted to stick in your pocket or something, like a little bracket there. I've used various molds. A lot of ones which I've scratch built myself, like these orky panels, or these ones here. But this one here with the missiles, that's from a TT Combat ammo crate set. And I thought, that's a nice easy way to do big shooter bullets. Give it a big magazine. These containers I found out in the street. I don't know what these are for, but I thought, damn, those little canisters look pretty damn cool. I don't know if they're from nitrous oxide or something for people's cars. I've no idea. This whole bit at the back here, that's like a big spanner. Hence why I put card on either side so it's not as noticeable. And yes, various pins and bolts. You can see there's a massive bolt here. Big screws. Yes, I've used the bolts quite strategically in this one because of the tiny feet that he's got. I had to make sure that it was evenly weighted and balanced, which is probably why it looks as eclectic as it does. But I like the aesthetic. Little cogs and bits here. They're from the inside bits of these components. Oh, and this is a new way of doing wires I found that was really cool. I recently bought a whole big bag of beads, or a box of them, and it came with these little thread things that you put on, that you're meant to thread, and if you wanted to make your friendship bracelets or your necklaces and whatnot. That's what these things are for. And I thought, you know what? With those textures and things on it, it's going to make for brilliant wires, and they flow quite nicely as well, so I'm quite impressed with that. And there's a there. So yes, and this part here, I thought, well, that bit's sticking out, I'll have to put something on there. So I made a rocket, and here it is. And I've given him a little bit of character. He's got a bit of a mouth there. And this is almost all entirely card. It's just rolled up pieces of card. A semicircle of card rolled up to make the nose cone there. And yes, lots and lots of rivets. And then I've, to help secure these bonds and things, make it look a little bit less obvious that it's cardboard and MDF, what I've done is I've plastered on the super glue, and I've sprinkled on some sawdust powder. A lot of people use baking powder, but that stuff's expensive. Just use sawdust powder. Dirt cheap. And sawdust powder is usually a byproduct. So I added on some eyebrows for this thing. A lot of people have said, oh, it looks like Angry Birds, and you know what? They're actually right. Bloody hell. So yes, that'll stick on there. Just to give it a little bit more character. Not that it needs it really, but, it's bit of an original build anyway. Thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. So yes, that's what I've gotten to here. Now, it does look a bit plain, especially in the mouth and such like, but once I hit it with a base coat, I'm going to spray paint this whole thing, because, my god, it's bloody massive. And it would take forever with a paintbrush to try and get into all these nooks and crannies. And so I'll hit it with a spray coat, base paint, and this as well. It'd be easier to paint this. And it's not assembled to this thing. And then I'll pop back. See you again soon. Bye. So there, and we're back. Hello, Poppy. And here he is, all done and dusted. We've gone with a Deff skulls, I think it is. Yeah, it is Deff skulls, which is a mostly blue, light blue kind of color scheme. Usually with the Deff skulls, you have like a white kind of head, because it's meant to be like a skull. But we didn't have much of a head, so I've just gone with as much blue as we can reasonably do. I've also added on a whole host of extra wires. I've got them all here in a little tub. It's a great thing if you have any old electronics, just cut off the wires and things for all those old plugs that you've been keeping that you'll never use. And then just perfect for adding to your builds, as well as the wires. Leave the camera alone, Poppy. Honestly, little fiend. Look at her. The face of a pure menace. No, that's not an invitation to the camera. Deaf cat. Anyway, I said leave the camera alone. Bloody hell. Come on, Poppy. You're taking the mickey. So, as well as cables, we've also used these, which were the things from the bead kit. And as you can see, got a nice little texture to them, which has in fact carried on through onto the build. And they take paint very nicely as well, which is always a plus. Now, for this guy, we did just have triangles for the eyes, but it didn't turn out quite as well as I hoped, so I've added to them some old pieces of MDF sprue and then stuck on some rhinestones. I think that makes it a lot more, well, not so much menacing, but gives it more character, I would say. Now, let me just put the camera down a little bit. Nope, that's too much. About there. That's our kind of sweet spot. What else did I add? I've also added on some little chevrons here, pre-painted ones, just to give it a little bit more color in places where there was a bit of detail that was lacking. So it just kind of draws the eye and draws your focus away from other elements. I really made a mess of all the wires here, but that's by design. I wanted it that way. That's our build, all done and dusted. Our Orc Mega Dread. If you've got any ideas of what I should make next, Orky-wise, let me know in the comment description below. But that's all you're going to get from me today. So, thanks for watching, good riddance, and bye. You want to say bye, Poppy? You want to say bye? No, she wants to just sit on my knee. Anyway, bye.